All right, everybody, we're live. All About the Birds. This is the All About the Birds fan forum. Second time we've done this. Everybody's had time to calm down from the Carson Wentz trade news. Everybody's had time to digest it. And this is your opportunity, the fans, the supporters of this show, to jump on the live stream with Jeff and I. All you got to do is click one of the links in the comments section. You'll pop up in our little studio here. We'll put you on the screen, and you can give us all your thoughts, good or bad, your opportunity to sound off live on the air. I did not get to join the boys this afternoon when they went live right after the news broke. I'm a fan of the trade. I think they did. Howie doesn't get off the hook for what he did wrong, but I think Howie got the best possible value he could considering the situation. So if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, click one of the links, join the show. We'll stay live here for 20, 30 minutes if anybody jumps on. If a lot of people jump on, maybe we'll go for an hour. We'll see. We already got somebody jumping on here. We got Richard jumping on here. Welcome to the show, Richard. How you doing today?
I am one sad customer with the Eagle.
But why are you sad? Are you sad about the return or sad that Carson is gone?
I am pissed off. I'm going to tell you why. This was in the making in the 2019 season with all these injuries. This was a heads up for the Eagles to start rebuilding. Right then and there, Jeffrey Lurie should have called out Howie. That's it. Throw in the towel. Start trading. Don't sign anybody. At the end of the season, he should have fired everybody and should have took it from there. And what the Eagles did this season was they hired what I'm calling the Walmart brand coaching staff. I mean, I cannot be any more blunt. I cannot be any more straight to the point on this. That's what the Eagles have. I got no faith in Howie. I think I came out of Cleveland 2 weeks ago. And a Cleveland Browns fan came up to me. I had my Eagles hat on, and he said, "Hey, do you feel pretty bad that the Cleveland Browns are a better winning team than the Philadelphia Eagles?"
Who would have thought?
At least in 2020.
I couldn't say nothing.
Got it.
Well, this is what this is all about. The All About the Birds fan forum. Anybody, click the links in the comment section. This is your chance to sound off. So what do you think of the trade there, Richard? Do you think they got a fair enough return considering the situation?
No, absolutely not. How he got played like a violin. He got played like a violin. The Colts put him on his shoulder and just Just play him like a violin. I just don't see anything. I called Chip last night. I said Chip is like the Dr. Phil for the Eagles fans. I am calling him. I am begging him to sit down and do an intervention with Jeffrey Lurie to fire Howie, because I think that Chip can get this job done. That he can do it to convince Jeff to fire Howie. That's what Jeffrey Lurie needs. He needs an intervention done by Chip.
And Chip, we trust.
I mean, honestly, I don't. I've been across this country. I've been seeing all these sporting venues, and I'm telling you, there's no place like Philadelphia in the football.
Now, Richard, I'll say, do you have faith in Jalen Hurts to be the guy? Do you feel the Eagles should? Do you think they should pick a quarterback at 6? Bring a veteran? Trade him? Trade him.
I would have traded him. I would have traded him. Him and Carson. I would have gotten a scrub quarterback and just throw him out there, pay him $10 million to get hit all season long, and go after the first round overall pick in next year's draft. That's what I would have did.
Then who do you want as the starter for 2021 then? Do you want them to draft someone this draft, or bring a veteran? Is there a certain guy you want leading the helm? Because obviously
I want a true quarterback in the pocket, passer, first round overall pick quarterback. And I like Jalen Hurts, but way the Eagles are in such bad shape right now, if I'm Jalen Hurts, I would be asked to get traded right now.
I don't know if he's asking to be traded. Look, I would say there's not many open quarterback starting jobs right now in the National Football League, especially with this upcoming draft, and there's only a few quarterback needy teams. This is his perfect opportunity to shine. I would say I know he had his up and downs in 4 games last year, but with new head coaching, with the new staff, and hopefully they draft well and get some nice pieces in place. I would say this is Hurts' time to shine. If he doesn't show up, then yeah, I'll say after this year, which is why I feel that the compensation, I understand fans are upset and pissed off that they feel they didn't get enough compensation, but let's be real. The Eagles had no leverage whatsoever when it came to this deal at all. There was reports from Adam Kaplan.
That's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I was saying you had to get something, and essentially all he has to do is play 75% or 70% and make the playoffs, and Eagles have a first-round pick next year. Yes, not the first-round pick this year, but
we're basically getting a first-round pick. I think it's a smart deal. It's a great deal. I didn't think they were going to get a first-round pick, period. I thought it was going to be 2 2s or a 2 and a 3. So getting a 2 and basically a 1 next year, I mean, Howie has so much blame to go around. I am not a Howie fan. I've wanted him fired for a long time, just like you, Richard. But on the flip side of the equation, him getting what he got, I mean, it's I guess as good as we could have expected. We've got another person join the show here, Sam.
Sorry about that,
Sam.
Okay, hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
What's up? So what are your thoughts, Sam? I know we have a little writers chat. One of our AAT Bird writers, Sam Steiner, joining the program. Give us your thoughts on the whole Carson Wentz trade.
What's up? Just got back from work. My first reaction was I was just relieved. I was just happy it's over. The drama's over.
Finally.
Yeah, definitely. At first I was disappointed in the compensation, but now that I think about it, I think Wentz is going to have a good year in Indy, and that conditional second turns into a first. So Howie getting a first and a third, I think that's very good compensation for Wentz, especially coming off 2020.
Well, yeah, I would say because he was statistically the worst quarterback last season, had 19 turnovers, led the league in the NFL, which, granted, we know what Carson Wentz is capable of. We know what type of player he can be after that 2017 campaign. But, look, you had a quarterback off the worst statistical year he has ever had in his career, and you still got a third this year and possibly a first round next year. Take it and leave it. Stop your bitching. This is probably the best compensation you were going to get for Carson Wentz after the season he had last season.
I mean, Jeff, last week when we talked about possible trade destinations, brought up the Patriots. And his best compensation he could come up from the Patriots was a second and a third round pick. So getting a third and a first, that's a win right there. And we got everybody jumping on the show here tonight. We got good old my Fairway to Heaven co-host, Jason Sullivan. So as an outsider, Jason, someone in Detroit, you just dealt with your star quarterback, Matthew Stafford, getting traded. What's the outside opinion on this deal that the Eagles got?
You know what? To me, I feel like it's addition by subtraction in this case. I feel like you had a lot of crap going on last year between having two quarterbacks, all that stuff. I feel like this is a good thing. I know the cap hit is miserable. That's probably the worst part of the whole trade. But honestly, to me, it's addition by subtraction. I think you go forward with Hurts as your quarterback. You know that what you have and you know what you're going forward. Wentz is gone. You don't have to worry about that. The controversy's out the window. So I like the move. I think it needed to be done.
I absolutely agree. Look at this. Now we got Peanut. This is the first ever 6-person stream on All About the Birds right here. We got everybody. Now we have 6 people. Everybody watching. The link's still there. Everybody's more than welcome to join. We can only have 6 faces on at a time, but if you click the link, you'll get put in the waiting list. We'll kick Jason out of here with no problem if we have to.
Me out for a little bit.
Detroit on the stream. So if you want to join in,
I just wanted to get my point across. I'll leave. I'll let somebody else go on. But
you can stay, Jason. We love
someone else right now. I'll stay on for a bit.
Yeah, we'll keep your pretty face up there. I was trying to get your pretty face to zoom in right there. There we go. We'll keep Jason's pretty face up there for a little while. What's up, Peanut? How you doing?
I'm good. What's up? What's going on, Phil? What's up? What's up, fellas?
We got Richard, who's really pissed off. We got some of us that are okay with it. Jason, subtraction by or addition by subtraction. Where you stand with it?
I stand with Jeff. I think we had to get rid of him. Mm-hmm. It gets to the point where you have a player that didn't want to play for you, and if you can get anything out of that in this situation, not a bad deal. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the best of all worlds. Carson gets to go where he obviously won it, and we're getting picks back, and we can move forward. Whether it's Jalen Hurts, I mean, Richard's already said you should trade Jalen Hurts, and I actually brought that up somewhere, either on Twitter or on the show a couple weeks back. Get rid of them all, along with the coach and the GM, and start completely fresh. But at least we got some form of fresh start here in Philly. We all know we're going to take a step back this year, but you take a step back to hopefully take 2 steps forward as we go forward.
I mean, I think Howie should get some credit though. Everyone bashes Howie, and look, I'm prepared to get the onslaught. But when he drafted a quarterback in the second round, everyone in Philly flipped, right? But here we are in a situation where that second round pick is now potentially the future of the Philadelphia Eagles. So maybe Howie was on to something that we didn't see, man.
I wouldn't go that far, Peanut. I would not, because if he doesn't select Jalen Hurts with that second round pick, none of this turmoil happens. Granted, Carson Wentz might still had a down season, but we're not pushing him out of town and automatically benching him for Jalen Hurts. I was saying because no one had faith in Nate Sudfeld to be the franchise of the future.
Well, all right, here, hypothetically speaking, what if Nate Sudfeld was able to push Carson Wentz and make people think that maybe Nate Sudfeld could have been a starting quarterback?
He's not a starting quarterback.
That would never have happened. So
never.
Start Mark Sanchez before I start him.
But here we go, Richard.
Now, mind you, I don't believe that. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, would Carson Wentz be mentally tough enough to deal with that situation? And we already got the answer. The answer is no. That's why we had Sudfelds and McCowns and all this other stuff.
No, come on.
Nobody thought Foles would take us to the Super Bowl, including Carson Wentz. Whoops.
That's ridiculous. Dude,
no, come on. How?
You can't compare it, though. Sudfeld was undrafted?
I said hypothetically speaking, Sudfeld. I know
if Sudfeld was a second-round pick?
What I'm saying is, it don't matter. If Carson Wentz is afraid of competition, get him out of here.
Yeah, Robert's right, Peanut. I love you, Peanut, but that's a shoddy analogy. I love you to death, but do not ever think that Carson or that Nate Sudfeld was ever going to be more than a backup on this football team.
No, that's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the coaching staff put Sudfeld there to be like, hey, don't worry, Carson, your job's not in jeopardy. We didn't have anyone to replace you. And the minute someone got drafted to make him feel like that, he's like, I'm out. Literally, he was out mentally. He was throwing balls to the ground and throwing interceptions.
Which does say something about Carson's mental, aptitude and strength. If just drafting a quarterback like that really ruined him that much.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that occurred. I think that the Carson Wentz saga began last season when the Eagles were making that playoff push. They started with the statue. They turned around. They put the shrine in the locker room. And you got to be Carson Wentz. He's probably sitting back going, hey, you know, I'm a part of this team, that probably screwed his head right then and there.
True.
Jeff took himself out of the room temporarily to bring Scotty, our boy Scotty's talk from over on the Scotty Talk Sports channel. So Scotty, I know you went live earlier today. I was working. I didn't get to hear your thoughts. Give the All About the Birds fans your thoughts on this.
Man, you know, I'm kind of the same as Sam there. At first I was you saw my tweets. I was kind of heated. I think that anger came from all this BS media, all these reports, getting our hopes.
Hold on. BS media, you mean like us?
No, we're not the BS.
You're no media member there, Pete.
No. I don't float rumors. I don't make shit up. No. I just thought the media really got our hopes up. You know, obviously you're a clown if you thought we were going to get 2 first-round picks, but I thought at least one this year. So I think that's where my anger came in. Now that I've settled down, I take a step back. I am relieved. I'm glad it's over. I hope that it doesn't carry over to Jalen Hurts' situation. Because all it takes, if they do go the Jalen Hurts route, is 2 bad games from Hurts, maybe not even 2. And everybody that flipped from Wentz to Hurts is going to flip back. And it's going to be a conversation, especially if Wentz is playing well in Indy. We're never going to live it down. So for the time being, I'm relieved. I'm glad it's over. But just something about this tells me that there is more drama, another saga to come. And as long as Howie's here, I think it's going to be that way, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got
a bad feeling.
I was like, Peanut, I've been an anti-Howie guy, but I thought he did the best he could with the situation he created. He created this situation. We can all agree all the problems that this Eagles team has is 100% Howie's fault. Okay. Yes. But on the flip side of the equation, with that bad situation, he did the best he can. And I got crapped all over for that. I'm not letting him off the hook.
If everything is 100% Howie's fault right now, everyone can agree to that, right? Nobody's saying it's not. So then the Super Bowl championship is 100% Howie's championship.
Absolutely. Howie had a lot to do with the Super Bowl. He got lucky.
Well, here's what I do know.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, bringing in Chris Long, all the free agent signings that he got cheap on that team. Carson Wentz was he was Carson Wentz, or he drafted Carson Wentz. We don't get to the Super Bowl without Carson Wentz going 11-2.
Yeah, so that's Super Bowl's the reason Howie's still here. I mean, absolutely.
But shouldn't that Super Bowl then be why, or a reason why Doug Peterson should still be here?
I think Doug should still be here.
I agree. Yeah,
Doug quit.
Yeah.
No, Doug quit. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Doug quit just like Carson quit.
Well, I think if that's the case, then we ought to give this new coach a new year. Maybe these young guys that were supposedly trash, like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, people like, you know what I'm saying, Jalen Reagor, and these people that didn't develop the way everyone thought they were supposed to develop, if they develop better under a different coach, then we have our answer.
Yeah. I think we're in the same spot, because we were already relying, thinking that Sirianni was going to fix Wentz. It was all about the coaching to begin with. So, we're right in the same spot. It's going to heavily rely on coaching here on out. That's part of the rebuild, obviously, but it's all about the coaching. You got to hope that these guys can fix some of these Howie draft picks, quite frankly.
All about the Birds Fan Forum. Click the links in the comments section if you want to join the show. Voice your frustrations. We got Scotty, we got Sam, we got Peanut, we got Richard. We got all different people from all over. We had Jason in earlier. If you want to voice, air your grievances per se, or celebrate the move like Peanut is. Come on. We've got room for 4 more people in this show. This is all about the fans. This is your opportunity. No one's opinion's wrong.
Yeah. Just hope. Just hope for the best, man. Hope that drama just leaves with Wentz. And let's just move on. Hopefully the fan base doesn't have to have this huge divide in it anymore. It feels like we've been arguing with ourselves for like
it's over and done.
It's so ridiculous.
Scotty, I know that's wishful thinking, but there's still always going to be a divide, especially if Carson excels there in Indianapolis, takes the Indianapolis Colts on a deep playoff run, and Jalen Hurts fails here in Philadelphia. You're still going to have those fans dividing, saying we should never move on from Carson Wentz. It should have been Howie the one to go.
But do you honestly believe he's gonna thrive? And like, come on, let's be honest with ourselves.
You know what, Carson?
I think Carson Wentz. I think Carson
I don't
Wentz.
think
I think he's
right.
going. I think he's going to be an MVP candidate.
Who said that?
That's Richard down there. Right down there.
I
Got him right.
You
Hey,
think?
Richard,
I did.
here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a
Wow.
hypothetical, Richard.
Did you
Carson
see him
Wentz
all year?
is in
The same
Indy now.
people. The same people who when Carson Wentz had that MVP run was calling him. The same people who were calling him the next coming of John Elway are now doing backflips and clapping, saying, "Thank God he's gone." You can't have it both ways.
We stole all of Indy's coaching staff. You know, Doug Peterson needs a job. How great would it be if Doug Peterson went to Indy and won a Super Bowl with Carson Wentz over in Indy there as an assistant to Frank Reich?
Hey man, I think
Oh my God!
Dude, I think Indianapolis is a QB's best friend. That team is set up so perfectly.
Great
for
running
a guy to
game,
just step
offensive
in.
line, young
If
wide
Carson Wentz is just above average, he'll be good in Indy. I mean, to be
And
honest,
well, that's
Look at asking for someone that was below average to be above average.
Look at Ryan Tannehill. That's like a perfect comparison.
yeah.
I mean,
I sucked in
I
Miami.
forgot
They
he's
got
in
a
the
great
league.
defense, great offensive line, and great surrounding on offense. You got young talent there with Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr. I think they have a good setup there. Now, obviously, they did lose some coaches, so I guess that's where we'll see how Press Taylor fits in over there, right?
Frank Wright's still the leader there. And the fact that I would say he got production from a 40 or 38, however old Phil Rivers was last season, still had a productive year. I'll say that says a lot about your head coach and his philosophy and game plan that get that type of production from Phil Rivers and make the playoffs. That's the thing. I would say Carson Wentz had a bad year, but the ceiling where Carson Wentz can be obviously excels what Phil Rivers was last year, what the possibility of what Wentz could be, which makes Indianapolis a legitimate playoff contender now.
I think what George said down there, you know, Carson will be fine in Indy until adversity hits. And I think that's what it is. I think it was all mental in Philly. I think he wasn't tough enough for Philly mentally. He wasn't tough enough to compete with Jalen Hurts. You know,
I think that Philly that Philadelphia, they didn't spend a lot of time molding him. Like, you gotta understand something. They put a statue in there. They made a short. There's a statue there, dude.
He was a second round pick. Why do we have to mold a second round pick?
Yeah, I thought they coddled him. Man.
Okay, but listen to me. Listen to me. Yeah, but listen to me. You didn't mold him. You didn't get this man a deep ball threat. Who was this deep ball threat, dude? The Eagles went to the Super Bowl without Carson Wentz.
No.
Okay.
Watch the season.
No, they didn't.
They made I would say they made the Super Bowl without Carson, but they've never been in that position in the playoffs if it wasn't for Carson.
Correct.
I would say
I agree with that.
We thank Foles for what he did as the backup, and luckily we had Foles as our backup. But
he won the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins. But I want to put that statue right then and there.
But so did Howie.
I would at least waited.
So
Even
did
think about that.
Peterson.
Think about that mental release of getting out of the city to build a statue for your backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a relief.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say.
I didn't know how Carson was still playing here. Like, I didn't understand. Like, people, it was too divided against it. I just didn't
That's
see
what
it.
I'm trying to say.
Statue off a fake boxer. Of course, Foles was going to be up there.
I can guarantee.
I mean, the honest truth is that, but my eyes, Howie could screw up a wet dream. He can do it. I do not trust him. I just do not trust him.
Thank you, man.
I do not trust him.
I think we lost Jeff there. Jeff had to go do his other show tonight. But, you know, we're still here again. This is the All About the Birds fan forum. Everybody's welcome. The comments section has the links. We got our fans, Peanut and Richard. We got All About the Birds writer, Sam. We got the man, Scotty from Scotty Talk Sports. We've got room for a sixth person again. Anybody want?
Come on in.
You know, come on in. We are all airing our grievances or complimenting this deal right now. So I put the link again.
Honestly, Carson Wentz is never going to actually leave Philly because, like, let's be real. This team's not going to be that competitive next year. I think Indy should be competitive. That's all we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Carson
Pretty
Wentz
bad.
in Indianapolis.
And we're gonna have to root for him. I mean, you want the first round pick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you want it, so you like have to kind of want him to play well there so he can get his snaps. So
At least well enough not to get benched.
yeah, exactly. and that's the other thing, who's the other quarterback there? Phillip Rivers retired. I mean, I guess if they bring back Jacoby Brissett, but
Brissett's a free agent. I think they had like their 4th-string quarterback. That's the only guy, or their practice squad quarterback. It's the only guy that's on their roster at this point. So, there is literally no competition for him whatsoever in Indy right now.
yeah. So what do you think?
Just like he liked it.
What do you
Exactly,
think?
just like he liked it.
You think we're drafting another quarterback though? Like, does Howie get to draft a 3rd quarterback?
Well, he got to pick his 50th coach, so why can't he draft another quarterback, right, guys?
Like, what the hell, man?
Dude, there's no way he drafts a quarterback at 6. Because then if he does that, you're already wrong about Carson, about signing Carson. But at least now you can fall back on Hurts. And you already went public compared him to Russell Wilson. But then you draft a quarterback at 6. That's your franchise quarterback. And then you're saying you're wrong about Wentz and Hurts?
Yeah.
There's no way how he does that.
I think
unless they do what Richard said and that they trade Jalen Hurts as well.
But then you're still you're wrong on both.
As well.
You drafted Hurts because you thought you could be Russell Wilson, then you ruin the relationship with Wentz, and then you go ahead and trade that guy.
Yeah.
How do you survive after that?
You make perfect sense with it, and I agree with you. I'm just trying to give the other side of the equation because I don't want people to be disappointed when they draft a quarterback at 6 because I put it above 50% that they take a quarterback at 6 right now.
No, I think if they're going to keep Jalen Hurts, they need a deep ball threat.
If Fields or
Randy
Wilson
Moss,
they're definitely
Terrell Owens, deep ball threat.
If Justin
maybe
Fields
even
is there,
Trey Lance. What kind of conundrum? How ironic would it be if they drafted Trey Lance from the same exact college? I wouldn't put it past them.
I brought that up last night. That would be quite ludicrous, honestly, guys.
There's no way.
They're gonna go O-line, man. If they're all in on Hurts, they're going O-line. O-line. They were expecting a 1st-round pick. If we would have got a 1st-round pick, I guarantee Howie would have drafted a quarterback. He would have said, you know what, let's get this quarterback, and then we can get a playmaker behind him. We don't have that 1st-round pick, so we're not going quarterback. Now we're all in for at least a year with Hurts. I say we go O-line the first round's O-line, no question. If he doesn't do O-line, then you know what I mean? It's almost like, how are we, the fans, smarter than you, Howie? Like, I play Madden. Like,
Not for real though. I mean,
I've brought it up many times. O-line is an issue that not enough people are concerned about with this team. So Scotty just said if Justin Fields falls to 6, you can't pass him. If Penny Sewell falls to 6,
trade out.
You can't skip him.
Yeah, Penny Sewell, that's the guy.
You trade out.
I guess you could trade out. I don't know. It's tough.
Why would you take Fields at 6 when you have I honestly think Hurts is a starting caliber quarterback in this NFL, and now he's been one of the worst O-lines in the league.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that the Eagles? Do you think that the Eagles will sign a veteran quarterback to help Jalen Hurts? Wouldn't that be the correct thing?
So I'll pose it out there. I said it before on different shows. They're going to draft a quarterback with similar skill set. They're not going to go. They're not going to bring in like a Nick Foles type. They're going to bring in a Jacoby Brissett, a Tyrod Taylor, that type of quarterback that has a similar skill set. That's also a vet and understands that they're a backup, so that they can help coach Jalen Hurts along. But on the flip side, if something happens to Jalen Hurts, they don't have to miss a beat on offense. Guys, think anything?
Phil, newsflash, man. No quarterback in the NFL thinks of himself as a backup quarterback. None.
True. I agree with you on that.
They're all trying.
I'll start Jamarcus Russell before I start him.
Get out of here with that.
Hey man, the way I look at it, I guess it just depends how you look at the prospects next year, in next year's draft class. Because worst case, I mean, not worst case. Let me not say that. If Jalen does struggle, if he plays bad, you may see yourself up in the top 10 again, anyways. But the worst case scenario is Jalen Hurts has an average season and you go 7-9, and you're stuck in those tweener, picks in like the teens or in the early 20s. And that's worst case scenario. So I don't know, man. It just depends how much you weigh next year's draft class, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
that's
possible?
why you want more draft picks.
That's where we need Johnny or Tommy from the All About the Birds draft show to weigh in on the draft. They know all the draft details.
Right.
Outside the top 10 who's projected in this draft right now. So
Tommy is evil. Spread the word. Tommy is evil.
Tommy's evil?
Yes.
Everybody knows each other on this All About the Birds team but me. I'm the loner that nobody knows.
Tommy plays Madden like a robot. He's a horrible person. Just spread that.
We're getting all the details. Again, All About the Birds, fan forum. The links are in the comments. Jump on, people. The water is warm. Come give us your thoughts. We're talking Carson Wentz. Some of us like it. Some of us don't. Time to calm down a little bit and realize it. Before I go back to you guys here real quick, I got to plug tomorrow morning. I did reach out to Kevin Bowman. He's a reporter for 107.5 The Fan in Indy. I'm going to be doing an interview with him. So we're going to get the Indy perspective tomorrow morning on the All About the Birds Network. Make sure you stay tuned to all these channels for that information.
Yeah. If anything, man, if I'm Indy, I would be excited. You get Wentz in there. You got him for, a third-round pick this year. If he plays bad, it's only a second-round pick, that you gave up on top of it. So you kind of get rewarded semi if he doesn't play well. And then, as an Eagles fan, I think you have to be just looking forward to 2022. I always root every game. Like, I'm going to be rooting for the Eagles. I'm not looking for a down year, but, temper your expectations. I'm looking forward to 2022. I think that's our year where we could get back up. Whether it's, the salary cap, we'll have Wentz off the books now. And just these draft picks that we're going to have. We'll have 2 firsts next year, hopefully. So 2022 is like my light in the tunnel. But even from there, it is a rebuild. So it's not like we're going to the Super Bowl then or contending. Hopefully we can just get back up in the contending of the division, right? And
Richard, I'll throw it to Richard. If they keep Jalen Hurts, I'll give it to the other guys. If they keep Jalen Hurts, Scotty says 2022, we have a chance. Richard, then we'll go Peanut, then we'll go Sam. How long, if they keep Jalen Hurts, is it going to take to turn this around?
It's not about Jalen Hurts. It's about when Howie's there. That's when the Eagles are done. The Eagles got dark days. If you think the Rich Kotite years were bad, you have not seen nothing yet.
Yeah. Me and you, Richard, are probably the only ones in this stream that are old enough to remember the Rich Kotite days. Like, really remember them. Maybe Peanut was born, but I doubt he was around.
I remember Buddy Ryan.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was there for Buddy, too.
I remember Clyde Simmons, Reggie White, Seth Joyner, Jerome Brown, all those guys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were young, but we were still alive for them. These guys weren't. They don't know what that's like.
No, I'm way, way, way younger than you guys. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's so
you
far
guys are
ago.
old.
Like if I open up my encyclopedia book, it's like in the middle of the book, not like at the end of the book. I have to go back to like halfway through it to find that information.
Just the word encyclopedia made you old, man.
Dude, this book is signed by Ray Diddy himself to me. It says "Happy Birthday, Phil." Okay, I love this book. Okay,
encyclopedia.
We got the Eagles encyclopedia. You got the Eagles encyclopedia.
Yeah,
I got me a copy.
Yeah, I got the Super Bowl edition one signed by Ray Diddy.
That's what I got. Yeah, I went to his book signing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, one of my buddies got it. Nick, he's probably watching. He won't come on the show, but he got it for me as a birthday present a couple of years ago. So shout out to him for that. Again, anybody watching, you want to jump in? There's one more spot available. But anyway, Sam, Peanut,
can I just go ahead and chime in on something here? What the NFL? You ever notice that like these drafts here, like these college quarterbacks, where we're seeing Deshaun Watson? I don't want to play here. You're hearing with Russell Wilson. He wants to be involved. He wants to say so. I think the problem here that the Eagles are going to have to do is turn around and like seriously sit down. Like Russell Wilson, like he's sitting down. He goes, I want to make some choices around here of who comes in as such as an offensive lineman. Like you're starting to see like this trend going that way. The Eagles need somebody with a spine to go, hey, look, We got you by contract. We write the checks around here, not you. You need to shut up and go out there and play. You're making too much money. Like I still think like that's going to be an issue going forward, not just with the Eagles but the whole team. Like, did you hear the Carson Wentz thing? Well, he don't want to play in Chicago. He don't want to play here. He wants to go to the Colts. He wants to go to the Colts. If I'm Howie or the general manager, I'm going to call his agent and say, hey, look, we got him by contract. The team that gives us the best deal, that's where he's going to go. That's it. Case closed. Goodbye. End of discussion. But somebody in that team needs to go sack balls real quick.
Richard,
I mean, honestly,
I love it. This is why we do the fan forum show every so often, because of the passion of the Eagles fans. I love it. I need somebody else like Richard to jump on to show some passion that you're pissed off or super happy, either or.
No, I just don't like. I don't like these crybabies. Like they're going, like Eli Manning. He got drafted by San Diego. I don't want to play for San Diego. If I'm the general manager of San Diego. Oh, no, your ass is coming out here. This is where you're going to be. That's it. We're just going to start fighting you. Get over it. Can somebody please explain to me what's going to the NFL and go, okay, we're going to pay you millions of dollars, just sit around, like the NBA, like, what's his name, who wants to get traded from the Pistons. Well, I don't want to play right now because they're going to trade me.
Look, Richard, I'm just going to tell you, it's the way it is. That in all sports, the stars control it. The players, the minor players don't, the owners don't, the managers, none of them have control. The star players making the big contracts, they control everything. It's frustrating. It sucks. But that's just the way sports is these days. And it's unfortunate that it's got to that point.
Like this thing with Russell Wilson. Apparently, I was listening on satellite radio. I think it was Mad Dog Sports was talking about this. That Russell Wilson had this big sit down with Pete Carroll. He wanted this, he wanted that. And I think Pete Carroll's a good coach. And Pete Carroll goes, well, if you go back to this game, you got sacked right here. But you wouldn't have been sacked if you held on to the football this long. This game right here, you wouldn't have been sacked if you read the defense the right way. And I got to respect Pete Carroll. I'm like, not all of it's all our fault here. I got to respect him about that. Apparently, this relationship is going south fast in Washington. I just don't like how, like, Deshaun Watson, I understand that they got a contract. They got to abide by that contract. But in my eyes, you're making too much money to act like a little freaking punk, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to show up and act like a man and go to work. I don't care. I mean, if you're going to pay me that money, I don't give a damn. I'm showing up for work. Trade me. I'm going to still get paid either which way.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating. Sam, what do you got to say there, buddy?
About that?
Yeah, about what he said there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. It's the way it is nowadays.
Yeah, it's the way things are changing. I mean, the NBA, that ship has been sailed, it seems like it's transferring right over to the NFL. Even some MLB players, you know what I mean? They're controlling their own destiny at this point. So it's just the way the sports world is going. It's unfortunate for the GMs and the owners, man, and the fans, because there's no loyalty, man. I was surprised to see Giannis, lock up in Milwaukee. I was surprised to see that type of loyalty.
I was surprised when Dame Lillard stayed long term.
Yeah, that
stayed long term in Washington.
Yeah.
Like that player, who was that player they got in that trade last year from San Francisco? That wide receiver, the one that had the little bucket said because of
Goodwin.
Marquise Goodwin, yeah.
Okay,
he opted out.
Did the Eagles? Do the Eagles get compensated for him because he acted like a little punk? I meant to ask that.
It's debatable whether he's a punk. I mean, COVID. It is what it is. I don't want to call him a name for that and all. But he did not count against their salary cap for opting out.
Right, they didn't have to pay him.
They didn't have to pay him at all. He did get the collective bargaining agreement had something in it where he got paid something for opting out.
Yeah.
But, I don't think it didn't hurt the Eagles in any way other than the fact that they lost a player they were relying on.
That's a little different with COVID and everything. His family, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, everybody felt differently about that.
Yeah, he's lost a couple kids, just naturally. So he just really wasn't trying to risk his newborn daughter. But I get your point.
Carson, again,
the fact he can opt out of things.
Carson almost opted out for the same exact reason. You know, Bryce Harper almost opted out in the middle of the year last year because of a baby that was on. So that doesn't whatever. But
But see, like my biggest fear. Okay, all right. Who do you think's the number one wide receiver going to the draft?
Chase.
Okay, for example, let's just say if the Eagles draft him, what if he sits back and goes, "Well, the Eagles are so messed up, I don't want to go there." What do you do?
It's the way that it's unfortunate. You have to address that.
I wouldn't even be mad at him, man.
You definitely don't draft
the Eagles are not an attractive piece no more. They're not.
Yeah, they're not.
But come on now. I'm going to counter you on that. You see quarterbacks go 1 overall every single year, and they're always going to bad teams. A team is drafting in the top 5 or 6 because they suck. Players, because football contracts aren't guaranteed outside of what they get guaranteed in their rookie year or their rookie contract, they want to get as much money as they can. Getting picked 6 overall guarantees you more money than going 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So people want that money. They want that security. So we got somebody else jumping in here. Let's see what do we got here. George. Is it the George I think it is or a different George? We'll find out in a second here. Looks like he's got a little lag on his internet stream there. What's up, George? How you doing?
George with the jungle.
Yeah, George, maybe you might have to mute your mic because we're getting the feedback on it.
George will find out in a second here. Looks like he's got a little lag on his internet stream there.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What's up, George? How you doing?
I can hear me.
We're getting a lot of feedback and a lot of lag and delay from you. Oh, he busted out there. It's all right, George. Try to figure out your connection there, and make sure if you come back on, you just mute your mic or your speakers so we don't hear the feedback there. Where was I going there? I forget what my conversation point was now.
We were talking about Hurts like way before all that about what do we think about Hurts being the franchise quarterback?
I actually am a Jalen Hurts fan. I like Jalen Hurts coming out of college. I didn't want him coming to the Eagles because that wasn't the need and the second pick. But he is a good quarterback and he has potential to be a really good NFL quarterback.
But the Eagles are not geared up for him right now. I think the Eagles really, their main priority right now, if I was them, to trade Jalen Hurts, find the worst quarterback and just throw him out there, pay him $15 million and say, "Hey, look, we're paying you for a tackle and dummy. Sorry." Honestly,
Richard wants another trust the process tank.
Right, they're going through the process.
He wants to go through the process all over again.
The best thing that could happen for this team is even if they go 8-8 next year, if Hurts balls out and Hurts proves to be the franchise quarterback, that's the best thing. Because then I know you guys don't like Howie. I might have that unpopular opinion here, but with that salary cap situation going into next year in 2022. It's going to be open up. Howie's going to be able to go in there and do what he does best. Sign free agents, maybe make a trade here and there. Also, and I do think the future is bright because Howie's not going to blow this number 6 overall pick. I really don't think he's going to blow this.
Knock on wood, man.
Yeah, I know. I got wood this. I'm not going to. So, you can't blow the number 6 pick.
Yeah, it's hard.
Outside the top 10,
you got to do it.
Danny Watkins mistakes and what was that defensive end?
Marcus Smith.
Marcus Smith. You can mess up in the 20s and the 18s and all. When you got top 6, every player in the top 6 is a stud. You just have to make sure you pick the right one to go with the pieces you have.
So right back to my point was that if Hurts proves he can be a franchise quarterback, you're set. I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
8-8 next year in this division. 8-8 might win the division next year.
Because then you have Hurts on a rookie contract, and you're going into an offseason with some salary, some space, and you can pick up pieces if he's looking like the guy to put around him, and then you have a plethora of draft picks as well. What I shouldn't say a plethora, but 2 first rounders at least, and that's going to be 2 quality guys. knock on wood. So it does look bright if things go a certain way. Obviously we just needed to play out in our favor.
Yeah, right. And I think if you just go off the last 2 years, just about everything that could go wrong went wrong for Howie. Yeah. Just like simple statistics. Some things are going to go right these next 2 off seasons, these next 2 years.
I hope so.
I would think.
I wish I had that positivity with you, but hey, honestly though, if you really think about it, if you watch our shows, everybody, you know that we've talked about it. The Eagles are far off, but on the flip side, they do have key pieces that are young and that could pan out. They still have a young Jalen Reagor. They still have a fairly young Dallas Goedert. They got Jordan Mailata maybe developing into a really good left tackle. Still got maybe a healthy Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson. They've got pieces. Now they need to address the defense. They need another weapon or two. You got Miles Sanders. They're not that far off if they handle the salary cap situation right. If they draft the right person, if they get Chase or, Devontae Smith at the 6th pick or Pitts. Everybody's talking Pitts right now.
I would
they
think
get
Devontae Smith.
Weapons. I'm sorry?
Devontae Smith is a bad boy. Devontae Smith is a bad boy.
I'll
take him.
Chase and Pitts are bad boys. I think all 3 of them are going to be stud NFL weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be paying attention to the rest of the division as well. You know what I mean? Because that's another piece there is that at least this past season this was the worst division in football. Now, mind you, if Washington gets a quarterback, I'd be pretty worried about them. But as far as the Cowboys and the Giants, they got some holes there too. Now they are in a little bit better of a position to fill those holes. I will say that.
Then Scotty, what happens if Dallas can't figure out the whole Dak Prescott situation?
That's a good point. And what are they going to do? Are they going to go with Andy Dalton? Do you flip Prescott? Franchise tag him and flip him? What do you do at that point? So Cowboys are probably the most similar to us as far as like the holes and the question marks. Because they deal with bad ownership. They deal with the same. That's the worst part is that we are looking similar to the Cowboys as far as ownership. Now our owner may not be as arrogant as Jerry Jones, but he's starting to look like an idiot. And that's to say the least. So I'll be paying attention to the rest of the division as well, just to see what the Giants are on. They've been hit by injuries the last couple of years as well. So just keeping an eye on them. I don't know how you guys feel about the rest of the division.
Yeah.
Again, Washington is a quarterback away, but they don't have a quarterback yet.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Man, what if Deshaun Watson goes to Washington? It's over for the next 5 to 10 years in this division.
Ron Rivera is no idiot. He's going to find himself a quarterback. You better believe it.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you right now, I know it sounds crazy. No, the Giants don't have it together. But I guarantee you this, the Giants will fix those problems.
Yeah.
They will do it. They're going to do it. Whether you love them, they're going to do it.
I think Judge is a great coach, man. I think he's got the right things in place there in New York. So that is something to watch out for. Daniel Jones, they get Saquon Barkley back. They'll get a couple guys, and they'll get to fill some holes. So we'll see how it plays out, man.
All right, everybody. This was our second All About the Birds fan forum. We're going to try to keep doing this once a month, once every couple of weeks. I thank all these guys for checking in. We had Sam, we got Scotty, we got Richard, one of our. I know you want to say something there. Hang on one second. We do have Peanut jumping back on. So Richard, what were you going to say there? Richard?
Who started It's All About the Birds? Who started that?
Johnny came up with the idea, then messaged me and Jeff. And then we added Chip later on. So it's kind of been a slow building thing. We didn't start going live until the season started this year, but we started recording podcasts back in April around the draft last year. So we're coming up on 1 year of All About the Birds.
Wow. You guys do a hell of a job.
I appreciate that. Peanut, did you have anything to add? We were just about to wrap the show up, but you're back. So we'll give you another minute or two here.
All right, listen. I apologize for being off. My battery was dead. That's crazy.
Excuses. Just like we all give Howie. Excuses.
Yo, you know what, Phil? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Howie's on to something. I feel like Howie knew something was going on, and I'm not gonna roll with the herd. I'm not going with everyone. saying that Howie is this person that needs to be crucified. I'm starting to wonder if Howie's a little smarter than we think, and only a small percentage of us can understand that.
He gets it.
I might be wrong, but I'm there's a part of me that's like something don't smell right. So I'm gonna stop talking, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. If Howie is right, y'all can thank me for being the first person and the only person on any of these shows.
You're not the only one. I texted my brother today. My brother always wants to come on, and then every time I invite him to come on, he chickens out. So if he's watching, thanks for chicking out again. He would have been right up there. Like I texted him, what you think, and he's like, he's a Howie guy too. And look, I'm a Howie basher. Think he did a good job with this trade, considering the situation he put himself into. Howie as a whole could be 4 more episodes we could talk about. It is what it is.
I'm a Howie guy too. I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah. Hey, and it's okay to be a Howie
jump
guy.
on the bandwagon now, bro. That guy.
Yeah, I've been defending him this whole show.
He's been jumping on the Howie bandwagon for weeks and weeks about different things. And in our writers group chat, he's not new to the Howie thing. But again, thanks you all.
Howie fan.
It's okay. You could be a Howie fan. I hope I'm wrong about Howie. I don't know if you guys pay attention. Has any other podcast person admitted that they were wrong as many times as I have in the last year? Openly admitted it? I don't mind admitting I'm wrong. That's what I do.
No, that's true. But you've been wrong that many times, though. That's why you have that. Okay. That's why it's stacked up.
Okay. I haven't been wrong that many times. The only time I was wrong was with the hashtag Wentz is elite. And when I get to use that term again next year when he's elite in the Colts, I'm going to be a very happy person.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Phil. We'll see.
No, we'll see, Peanut. All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. We had Sam, one of the writers. We got Richard. We appreciate Richard, Eli, all the other people in the comment section, all our loyal followers. Like I said, we are almost at 1 year of All About the Birds. Johnny, Jeff, Chip, and I, we appreciate all the support so much. A day like today is what we do this for. Eagles news, Eagles talk, Eagles banter. We're the podcast for the fans. That's what we do. Stay tuned to All About the Birds Networks. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing Kevin Bowen from 107.5 The Fan in Indy. I'm going to do a recording, then I'll just post the recording after we're done on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You know where it all is, people. Make sure you're following us on all the social media platforms. Again, thank you, Peanut. Thanks to Scotty, who left already. George, we tried to get you in. It didn't work out. It's all right. Everybody, thank you so much. Everybody have a good night. And as we end every show, we end it with the same term. You guys can say it. Go Birds.
Go Birds.